Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by for this quick unboxing and initial impressions of the Microtech Dirac. I don't know, someone tell me how to pronounce it in the comments. This is my first Microtech and also my first OTF, or out the front, so I wanted to take the opportunity to do an unboxing and give my initial impressions of it. First, let me shout out to the folks over at eKnives. They didn't send this to me, they don't support the channel, and in fact, this was my first time ever ordering from them, but the whole process was easy. Their website is easy to navigate, and their rewards program seems pretty good. In fact, they were offering $25 off your first order if you sign up, and free shipping on orders over $150, so I couldn't pass it up. They also threw in a Band-Aid in case I cut myself, and some Skittles to make it feel better. This also shipped really fast. I had it in my hands in 3 days, so 10 out of 10 for customer service. I've wanted a Microtech for a while, and more specifically, this style of OTF design. And I've been waiting to grab one until I found one I really liked, and when I came across this one, I knew it was for me. So let's open it up. First thing you see when opening this up is the owner's manual, some social media information so you know where to find them, and a neat little sticker. You know, I really don't think I've ever had a knife that came with such a nice owner's manual before, but it does have some great info, and it's a short read, so check it out if you get one. The knife itself in the box is in this plastic bag, and it has this sticker or notice on it that the blade is sharp, and I sure hope it is. First impressions, I really like the color on this. It's a nice deep black. The screws are black and match the color of the handle, though they are proprietary. But if you're the type who prefers doing your own maintenance, Microtech does offer a toolkit through their authorized dealers that you can use, but this definitely isn't your granddaddy's Phillips head. I think this clip may be one of my favorite features. This is robust, it's good and wide, and if I compare it to my former EDC knife, the CRKT Ripple, the CRKT has a narrow pointed clip, and the problem I have with this is that it gets caught on things. My knitted sweaters, couch cushions, loose threads in my jacket, and frequently it gets pulled out of my pocket. I've actually nearly lost it a few times because of that. I don't think I'll have that issue with this knife. The clip is really wide and it's rather stiff, so I'm confident it's not going to slip out of my pocket or get caught on something and get pulled out. In fact, it's so tight that it can be a little difficult to pull out of my pocket at times, depending on what I'm wearing, but I'd almost rather it takes effort than sliding right out, if just for the fact that I can't lose it. I've had this for just over a week, and I've been carrying it every day, and I am noticing some wear on the end of the clip already. I'm not being particular about it because this is a tool, but I don't see any noticeable wear on the body from sitting in my pocket, so that's just something I'm going to keep an eye on for future considerations. On the clip is the serial number, and it looks like April of 2023 is the manufacture date for this particular one, so this is brand new. There are ridges or contouring for you to place your thumbs or your fingers if you need the extra force, or if that's how you like to grip it. It's not real grippy per se, but it does give you nice tactile feedback so you can easily find a safe place to put your thumb or finger to keep it off the blade, especially since this is double-edged. If you find value in this review, do me a solid and hit the subscribe button, and if you don't want to miss future reviews, hit the notification button as well. Your support this way helps me to build this channel and bring you the content you like to see. On the bottom is the glass breaker, which is useful if you have to get yourself or loved one out of a vehicle for whatever reason, or if you lock your keys in your car, but I don't think insurance covers breaking your own windows. Let's see this blade though. The button mechanism to operate the knife is good and firm. It has some movement, and if this were a trigger on a firearm, I'd say it has some creep. You have this bit of creep, and it hits a little wall where you feel all the tension, and then it pops. That's really nice, and it's the same way going down. I'm sure this is helpful in ensuring it doesn't accidentally come open in your pocket from being bumped, and I don't think I'll have to stress about that at all. The texture is really nice, and I like the way they designed it. It has this little valley with this texturing, and my thumb really sinks into it, both opening and closing. And this has a really nice snap to the function, so this will probably become my new fidget toy. One thing I noticed right away is the color of the blade. That's such a nice deep black, and it looks good and symmetrical all the way to the point, but I'll have to see how this coating holds up after getting some use on it. I think this contrast with the black and the bare brushed steel is a nice look, and the model is right on the blade in case you forget, so that was thoughtful. I've had the opportunity to hold other OTFs in my hand, and they were, let's say, lesser quality. One of the biggest complaints I had about them is how loose the blade felt. There is some wiggle with this, but it's an OTF, so you have to expect a little movement with this design, I'm sure, but it's certainly not as dramatic as the other OTFs I'm referring to. The build quality is exceptional, though I'm sure some of you are sitting there going, yeah, well, it's Microtech, so... This blade is 2.92 inches and has an overall length of 7.25 inches. Another thing that really surprises me is the weight. This feels really light. The body is made of 6061 T6 aluminum, which seems to be good quality in regards to durability. The blade steel on the Microtech is M390, which from my research is Böhler M390 steel, which is manufactured in Austria, and it seems to have built a reputation for being incredibly wear and tear resistant, and when used for blades, it's well known for holding an edge very well, which is good news as this means more life out of your edge and less need for sharpening. They do seem to have various types of steel that they use for their blades, and on the Microtech website, the blade material just says premium steel. However, there does seem to be a large focus on quality from Microtech, so I don't think you will get shortchanged on your blade steel regardless of what it is. If you want to know more about the steel Microtech uses, they do offer some more info on their process page under the About Us in the menus. And if you do need to sharpen your blade, while you can do it yourself and it won't automatically void the warranty, Microtech does seem to encourage you to send it in for service when it needs sharpening, and you can start a service ticket right on their website. I'm really impressed with this knife though. I think it will make for a good little EDC, at least for what I'll be using it for. Putting groceries away, opening mail, cutting simple things, and opening packages. This isn't a survival knife or a work knife, but for everyday use, at least for my purposes, it'll do good. But I'm just some guy on the internet, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you have any Microtechs? Are OTF or switchblade knives even legal where you live? Is this a design you think is useful? What has been your experience with Microtech? I'll try to get to as many comments as I can because I really enjoy the engagement. I'll catch you guys on the next one.